Okay, welcome back, everybody. We've got another on the line segment brought to you guys by James Hoover over at Pure Cleaner Broken Arrow. James and his team do a great job, and we appreciate them partnering up with us for our DirtCrowd platform for the YouTube and different shows that we feature, whether it's on the line or behind the wheel. We really appreciate James and his team being part of our partnership and appreciate everything they do for us. And in saying that, appreciating things they do for us, we've got Team DirtCrowd driver Bradley Cox on the line. Bradley, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I bet you are. I noticed you got a steering wheel there. Are we between races or what are we doing here? I mean, have we already hot lapped or qualified or what's going on?
No, I just came home actually to do this interview, and I wanted to jump on here so my screen is bigger so I could talk to you guys and see you guys a little bit more.
All right, I love it. I love it. I'm sure as we get off though, you're going to get some laps in. I would be willing to bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know you're the master of that. And speaking of which, sometime you still gotta get me some of them sweet setups so I know what I got going on my end. Right.
Yeah, I get you.
All right, I appreciate it. I'm going to hold you to it. I wanted to follow up with you. I know we haven't talked to you in a bit, but I know you've been busy. Obviously we talked about the first of the year and we're able to release the fact that you were going to run for Rookie of the Year points for USAC, and that seems to be going pretty good. So fill us in a little bit on how it's going from your standpoint behind the wheel and in the seat, and how you think your season's gone so far there in the Midget.
It's been pretty good, besides the weirdness that we've been happening, like with the throttle braking, running fifth in the BC39. And like a little stuff like that's been taking us out of a few races. But other than that, we've been fast, and I like these new tracks we've been going to. It's been fun learning all these new tracks and getting faster every night. But yeah, I've been having fun. So we're gonna continue to hopefully get to top 10, like solid consecutive top 10s, and then top 5s and contend for wins maybe.
Yeah. I mean that's how it works, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
jumped off into a pretty deep pool, and they've got a pool of stud drivers. But yeah, you've been holding your own and always showing speed. And it seems like those things kind of come in spurts, right? Where you may have a kind of a little mechanical issue here and a DNF here. And unfortunately, a lot of times it seems those happen when we're running really, really good. To your point, like running fifth at the BC39. I mean, that's amazing. But yeah, we've been keeping up with you, and seems like you've always got speed, and hopefully those little things start, the little freak things stop happening, and they'll turn into top 10s and top 5s like you said. But you're learning on the fly there. I mean, you're in with a really good group of drivers that have a ton of experience and great equipment. So super proud of you, and I think you're doing a great job there, and obviously wish you nothing but continued success. I know you've hopped in the sprint car a time or two as well. Tell us a little bit about that one. I mean, is that a family car of yours as well, or kind of how does that operate?
The Midget is ran by my team owner, Cappy and Sherry Mason with REM Racing, and the sprint car is ran by my family team. And we ran that one like 2 times this year back in April, and I think we were running third, and then we had like some weird thing like happen with the injection or something. It just started sputtering, so we didn't finish there. But we're gonna get back into this week and try it again.
Well, good. How is that from a standpoint of you? Kind of trying to focus on the midget points there for Rookie of the Year for USAC, but also hopping in the sprint car when you got an off weekend or whatever. Kind of let us know and our viewers know how that is for a young guy like you that's learning in both of those. You think it's beneficial hopping in both? Do you think it kind of slows you down a little bit to get used to the sprint car versus the midget? I mean, kind of give us some input on that.
Yeah, it's a little different in between. I feel like it definitely helps you as a driver. But the sprint car, I feel like it's gonna be like more like on the gas. Like when it's slick, you could be just on the gas more. The midget, I
Right.
feel like you gotta kind of feather it a little more because of the wheel spin and like the power to weight ratio. But it
Right.
definitely helps you as a driver to build your racecraft. But I like doing it.
Yeah, and to your point, that's I know I always feel that way. Like seat time is valuable, right? It doesn't matter what we're in. I know you're getting ready to probably knock out about 5,000 laps on iRacing right there. So, and I do think that applies and carries over somewhat, right? I mean, those laps are our laps. I know they're not like being in the car, but to your point, like we said, the more laps we can get in, especially if it's a sprint car or a midget or a micro or whatever, those laps are valuable, and I think it does hone your racecraft and make you a more well-rounded driver overall.
Yeah, for sure. I believe iRacing really has helped me on my racing career, and a lot of people will say it doesn't help, but I do believe it helps. Not like you don't feel the car like you're in the car, but you with the wheel that they have now, like for like sim racing, you could feel the car like you would literally almost break your hand how much you could go up with it. So I feel like that has really been able to help turn around like the sim racing and like really help you for real life. But that's what I love to do, and I feel like it helps a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I know your generation and the younger one. We've got our little kids that come on here sometime, and that's if I get a hold of them, it's like, hey, can we try to do a call at 3? And they're like, well, yeah, and then I talk to them like, oh yeah, I've ran in 8 different races today, and I'm in 3 series, and I'm just like, man, it's
Yeah.
unreal the number of laps, but I think it all carries over to some extent, right? I mean, it may not be 1-to-1, but it's definitely close, and it can't hurt.
No, it can not at all. What I like to do on here is called the Pro Series, and that's it's like basically the top 30 drivers on the dirt gets a race for like 10,000, and that's what I like to do during the winter time when there's like no real racing going on. This is a way I could just stay competitive and keep doing what I love.
Well, and you're in the upper, probably like 1% on iRacing. I know from when you and I talked at the Chili Bowl, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that's Bradley Cox. He's an iRacing stud. He's this." So yeah, obviously you
Yeah.
know what you're doing there as well. But let's go back a little bit in the midget. Let's talk about it. I mean, obviously I know we got to see you run at the Chili Bowl, and again had some bad luck there at the start of the feature, but it was actually running really good and had a great week overall. Jumping off and getting into the USAC, and like we said, that's a massive jump. It's not like you went to the Power I Series or a USAC Regional Series or whatever. You just full blown said, let's go the national deal. And again, you're running against the CVs and the Grants and these guys of the world. Um, how is that from a mental standpoint with you? I mean, I know you focus on each night and each weekend and just what's in front of you, but that's got to be a massive challenge. But I think you've been really successful doing it. But what do you think is one of the most difficult things that you've had to overcome, or what you didn't expect would be now that you're in the middle of the season?
Well, probably just going to these new tracks and stuff, like trying to tackle the setup right away, as most of these guys have been there probably 10 times more than me, and just trying to learn the track fast, which I think I've been doing great at, and my grandpa's been doing great at the setup and stuff. So I feel like we haven't really struggled on that much, but just coming out of the trailer fast is really the biggest thing there. And qualifying is so huge with that series with the points format. So
Yeah.
qualifying, you really have to just hit down a burner.
Well, and that's kind of we kind of explain that to a lot of the younger kids, that we're talking to there in the micro ranks, that stuff becomes so important and it becomes so competitive even for them. But nonetheless, moving up where you are, or the High Limit or World of Outlaws, qualifying is so important. You don't have time in the middle of the night to try to get better. We got to be good basically about when you drop the ramp. We got to be spot on, and that's a lot to be said for you guys, that you're able to go to a lot of these tracks for the first time, because like you said, everybody else has got a book and 10 years of knowledge, and they have a real good idea when they unload kind of where they need to be with that baseline setup. So even our sprint car guys we talk to are, when we go these tracks the first time, we may be a little bit off, but we definitely got something to work with when we go back, and it makes you that much more confident when you unload, and you've been there before, you've got laps under your belt, you kind of know what the baseline's going to be. It's just going to get more and more comfortable, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. I do believe that. Yeah, so it's like especially like you go to the big half mile, like and then like Eldora, and then we'll go to like a super small track, kind of like the Chili Bowl, and then you got to kind of like toss your step around or something, just to get it to like the big tracks or to the small tracks, and it's kind of fun because it kind of really makes you think. But I like doing it. I like helping like to give my grandpa the feedback he needs to make my setup better, and it's just fun.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that you do have going for you, right? Is you and Grandpa have been together for quite a while now. You kind of know, he kind of knows what you need out of the car, and you kind of know what feedback to give him. So I know we're going the first time, but you guys do have that rapport and have worked together enough. It's not like you're hopping from different team to a different team. You know, I think that definitely helps, and you guys got to know what each other likes and what you need to hear and what you need to feel.
Yeah, for sure. I've been with him since I started racing in outlaw carts, so that's probably about 9 years. So he definitely knows what I need in the car and and I know what I need to do to tell him to make it better.
Right. So let's talk. Let's look a little bit down the road. Obviously I know you're committed to the full midget USAC rookie points, and I'm going to get Mark to pull the points up here if he's got a second. Let's take a look at these as far as the national points. I know we got Jacob Denny and KTJ and Drake and Grant and those guys up there, but you're currently third in the rookie points, which is phenomenal. You got to be super proud of that. You know, I know you're going to run the rest of the series there, and hopefully we can move up a spot or two and try to secure that Rookie of the Year honor. But just the fact that you're out there running and where you are is a massive accomplishment. But I know looking forward, we've got the USAC national schedule that you'll attend all those events. Are you also going to sprinkle in some more midget stuff with like the regional USAC series or Power Eye maybe? Or I know you got probably some more sprint car stuff coming up as well, right?
So September, yeah, we do. We're gonna be racing with the Royal of Outlaws at my home track here, and then October, when there's no USAC races, we'll be at Port City in the Midget, a track that I or like a lot, and I feel like we're fast at. But yeah, I think that's just really about it, and then just chasing the USAC tour.
Well, you know, we're going to try to make it down there for that Outlaw show. Obviously, we'll definitely see you at Port City. That's always a good show, and the Midgets put on a fantastic race there at Port City. So I won't keep you much longer. I'll give you a chance to thank everybody that's part of Bradley Cox Racing, if you don't mind, real quick, and then we'll let you hop off and get you some more laps on there.
Yeah, yeah, of course, Cappy and Sherry Mason with REM Racing, and all my family, especially my grandpa Lonnie, for all the hard work he puts into my racing career, and Red Line Performance Roofing, CP Pistons, REM Racing, Insane Graphics, and above all, the good Lord above for letting me do what I love and keep me safe. And you also got to thank DirtCrowd for all they do for the sport. And yeah, I think I got everyone.
Well, we sure appreciate Bradley. We're super proud to have you on board with us. You're a great representative for DirtCrowd, and we love having you on and love the entire family. Make sure you tell everybody we said hi, and we hope to see you soon and wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Yep, thank you guys.
All right, thank you, Bradley. Good luck tonight in that iRacing. We'll double check on you there too. So
thank you,
everybody. Appreciate you coming on and taking this in. Bradley Cox is a stud young driver. He's up and coming, and like he said there, he's in the midget. He's in the sprint car, and just a great kid. So go check him out if you can. Get some merch when you see him at the track. Go say hi to them. They're all fantastic people. So appreciate him coming on with us. And again, we need to give another shout out to James Hoover and his team over at Pure Clean and Broken Arrow for being a partner with us. We appreciate everything they do. And if you have any restoration needs or any residential issues, feel free to give them a call. They'll definitely hook you up. So with that being said, we're going to sign off, and we'll see everybody next time. Thank you.